Just before the sermon one Sunday morning at Oak Lawn United Methodist Church, a neighbor who lives on the streets of Dallas came in. He was loud, sat in a back pew, and shared too much assumed familiarity with the young woman in the pew. She smiled, made room for him, enough to accommodate his belongings. This is normal at Oak Lawn United Methodist Church. Many of our members live on the streets of our neighborhood and are warmly welcomed. But then he laughed loudly and awkwardly during Scripture. He clapped after Scripture, which is not where we normally clap in our church. He took giant bites of something very crunchy as the sermon began, and then popped a plastic bag that had held those crunchy snacks. Now, mind you, we are a very gay church who often receive monthly threats of violence. So a bag popping like a gunshot made everyone very on edge. He raised his hand in the sermon. Our pastor, Reverend Rachel, who is an expert on ministry with unsheltered neighbors, called him by his name and said gently, "I see you. I'm so glad you're here. Let me get through this next part of the sermon, and I would love to hear what you have to say." "Cool," he said, and put his hand down. Everyone relaxed. People stopped side-eyeing him. When she said his name, it signaled to everyone in the room, "I know him. In fact, I know him very well, and I know his name. We're all okay. He belongs here." This is only possible because our church knows the names of unsheltered neighbors. There's a place for everyone at the table. Knowing names matters. Give love.
Our world needs peace. We are called to give peace. So how do we do that at Oak Lawn United Methodist Church? By opening our doors to extend hospitality, by giving space for collaboration, by hosting town hall meetings for the city and participating in events like the March on Washington or Black Lives Matter marches and the Women's March. We are called to give peace by resisting evil, injustice, and oppression in whatever forms they present themselves. And so we encourage our pastors and staff and congregation to show up and take a stand in the city and in the world where it matters most. We are called to give peace, and you are essential in making that happen. Give peace today through the work of Oak Lawn United Methodist Church, because that's how some have entertained angels without knowing it. Give peace today at olumc.org/givelove.